For this study, we're looking at Up, Up and Away by Juice WRLD, a really cool acoustic track which backs up the whole way through. It's going to sound like this. And you'll notice over there that the picking hand was basically my thumb and my first finger. You can use a pick foot, but I'm not going to encourage you to use a pick. I'm going to try and encourage you to do fingerstyle. We'll focus on this hand later. I first want to now go through the chords and focus on our fretting hand. So we're going to just redirect. And we're starting off over here. If you've got your tab in front of you, it says C because it's implying the C chord. We're not playing C like that. So we're not doing this. We simply just got finger number 3, your ring finger, on the third fret of the fifth string. Now you're going to pluck the 5th string, and then you're going to pluck the open 1st string. You can see it vibrate at the bottom. You can see the vibration there. Now just on the technique, we're going to focus as quickly now to the other hand. And you can see over here now, we're speaking about the finger technique. Thumb, first finger. Now if I were to use a pick for that, if I had decided to use one of these, it would be quite difficult because I'd have to jump from here down to there and then be accurate to come back to the 5th string, which is not that easy. That was actually a lucky one. Or else I'd have to do what they call hybrid picking, which is pick for this on the 5th string and middle finger on the bottom string, which I also don't really want to encourage yet. That's a very good technique for later, but not for this song. So ideally, this is what I'd like you to do. And the movement should feel like you're pinching somebody, that pinch move. And you can see the pinching sort of action here. And string-wise over here, for the first bar that's implying the C chord, it's only the 5th string and the 1st string that are being played the whole way through. Now, keeping this movement in mind, I'm going to show you now again what the fretting hand is doing. So we're going to redirect, and here we go. You've seen what my picking hand's done. Back to here. Like we said, finger 3 is going to be on fret 3, 5th string, and you're going to have back to the 5th, so string 5, string 1, string 5, and then the pinky comes in onto the bottom 1st string, fret 3, to get that note there. So slow motion, different angle. There the pinky's down, tiny pause, and release it. So the first 6 notes for the C, slow motion are this. And if I look from a different angle now, zoom out a bit there, give you left and right hand view, would be something like this. And it works quite well. Next up, we're going to have C with the B bass, which is going to sound like this. Now I'm first going to show you what the picking hand does again, or the fretting hand, sorry. And you're going to go through from here, which is what you started with, and you're simply going to bring finger number 2 onto the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and you're going to start off picking the same strings. In other words, string 5, string 1, string 5 again, and then string 2. But this time the pinky is going to string 2. So slow motion again. Strings 5, 1, 5, 2, and there you can see the pinky's now on the 2nd string, and then we release it for the last, like that. So let's put it together, get a bit of a different angle again, so you can just see your fingers in motion. You can see it here, and you can hear the pause. Very important, the pause. Here's your pause in the last 2 notes. So if you put the first 2 chords together, we're going to have this. Slow motion, a bit closer. One more time. And there you go. Now, all that's really happened, that's changed with my picking hand, is my first finger, which has been picking the 1st string, has now also had to pick the 2nd string for the 3 in the 2nd bar. You'll see it move up here if I do the 2nd bar. You can see it there onto the second string, and then back to the first. It's actually quite an easy technique. And then lastly, your A minor, which is going to be 2 bars of repetition. Just going to scroll across here again. You start off with no fingers. So you can have the fingers close, but they're not actually making contact. And it's going to be there, the ring fingers coming to the 3. And that 3 is on the second string. And then you finish off, pause, and you finish with finger 1 in fret 1 of the second string. So slow motion, open first. And there you have it. And on the picking hand again, same technique the whole way through. You're just going to be finishing off with the first finger crossing from the first to the second string. You can see the crossover there. There's the cross. And if you play it the whole way through, and I'd like you to join me for this, it's going to sound something like this. Okay, got your chords in position. Going to do it first of all really slow like this. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe a little bit quicker now. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you simply repeat that over and over the whole way through. So I hope you enjoyed it. It's a really cool acoustic trick to play. It's a nice way to get from C to A minor as well, because later on if you're doing other songs you can go and you can get some pretty cool things, but that's a study for another day. Hope you enjoyed Up, Up and Away. Have a cool week. Take care.